Hold up, did you see what just happened to Kaspa? We're talking about a cryptocurrency that just defied gravity in the most insane way possible. While everyone was panicking about a 7% drop, something massive happened behind the scenes that could send KAS straight to 11 cents. And guys, when I show you what Mara Holdings just revealed in their quarterly report, your jaw is going to drop. But first, let me tell you why today might be the day everything changes for Kaspa holders. What's up, crypto family? If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because we're about to dive deep into some serious alpha that could make or break your Kaspa position. Let's get into it. Alright, let's talk about what's really happening with Kaspa right now, because this is not your typical altcoin price action. We're dealing with a perfect storm of technical setups, institutional interest, and market dynamics that could literally explode at any moment. Here's the situation. Kaspa has just cleared all the downside liquidity. Think about that for a second. All those over-leveraged longs that were sitting there waiting to get liquidated, gone. Wiped out. The bears had their feast, and now the table is set for something completely different. According to the latest data from Kaspa Daily, the nearest cluster of liquidation levels is sitting right around 11 cents. That means the path of least resistance, and I cannot stress this enough, is pointing straight up. When you clear downside liquidity like this, it's like removing all the anchors that were holding the price down. But here's where it gets really interesting. While retail traders were panicking about that 7% drop, guess what was happening in the shadows? Whale movements. Big whale movements. Wallet 5, and pay attention to this because it's huge, just received another 7.5 million KAS tokens from Kraken today. We're not talking about some random trader here. This wallet now holds 381 million KAS tokens. That's 1.44% of the entire supply. When whales are accumulating during fear, that's when you know something big is brewing. And if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear what Mara Holdings just dropped in their quarterly report. Okay, this is where things get absolutely wild, and I need you to pay close attention because this could be the catalyst that sends Kaspa to new heights. Mara Holdings, the multi-billion-dollar mining giant, just released their latest 10Q filing, and buried in the balance sheet section is a line that's going to blow your mind. They listed other digital assets mining revenue. Now, they don't explicitly mention Kaspa by name, but here's the kicker. Kaspa is the only other cryptocurrency that Mara actively mines besides Bitcoin. This isn't speculation, guys. This is documented fact. And what makes this even more explosive is that their latest filing reveals their Kaspa holdings have grown over the past 6 months compared to the end of 2024. Think about what this means. Mara isn't just mining Kaspa and dumping it on the market. They're hodling. They're accumulating. They believe in this project so much that they're keeping a significant portion of their mined tokens. When a publicly traded company with billions in market cap is quietly stacking Kaspa while retail is panicking, that should tell you everything you need to know about where smart money thinks this is headed. But let's dive deeper into the technical picture because the charts are painting an absolutely beautiful setup right now. Yesterday started with what looked like a disaster. A sharp 7% drop that had everyone screaming crash. But here's what the weak hands missed. The buyers stepped in hard. By the end of the session, that 7% drop was reduced to less than 2%. That's not just a bounce, that's institutional level buying pressure absorbing all the panic selling. Right now, KAS is trading around $0.094, and it's showing clear signs of wanting to push towards $0.097. The key support level at $0.089 held like a champion yesterday, and that level is going to be critical if we see any more downside pressure. But here's what has me really excited. Yesterday's forecast predicted a potential drop to $0.085 if the bears took complete control. Guess what? The price never even came close. It found strong support near $0.088 and bounced hard. When the market refuses to follow bearish predictions, that's usually a sign that bulls are loading up for something big. Let me break down the technical indicators for you because they're telling a fascinating story. The RSI is sitting at 51.01, perfectly neutral. No extreme momentum in either direction, which means we're in that calm before the storm phase. The stochastic is showing 87.629, which is technically overbought territory, but in a strong uptrend, overbought can stay overbought for a long time. Here's where it gets interesting. The MACD is showing a sell signal, indicating some lingering weakness, but the ADX is at 33.249 with a strong buy signal, meaning trend strength is actually increasing. When you have conflicting signals like this, it usually means we're at an inflection point where one direction is about to dominate. The ATR is showing low volatility at 0.0014, which might seem boring, but low volatility often precedes explosive moves. It's like a coiled spring waiting to release all that pent-up energy. Alright, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Based on everything we've analyzed, the whale movements, the Mara Holdings revelation, the technical setup, and the current market structure, here are the 3 scenarios I'm watching for Kaspa today and beyond. If the sellers somehow manage to regain control, and honestly, I'm not seeing strong evidence for this, we could see a test of that $0.089 support level. If that breaks, the next logical target would be around $0.085, which was part of yesterday's bearish forecast. But here's the thing. With all that downside liquidity already cleared and whales actively accumulating, any drop to these levels would likely be short-lived. I'd actually view a move to $0.085 as a gift, a final opportunity to load up before the real move begins. The probability of this scenario? Maybe 25%. The market structure just doesn't support sustained downside pressure right now. If the market decides to take a breather, we could see KAS trading in a tight range between $0.091 and $0.095. This would align with what the RSI and volatility indicators are suggesting, a period of consolidation before the next major move. This scenario actually makes a lot of sense from a technical perspective. After clearing all that downside liquidity, the market might need time to digest the recent action and build energy for the next leg up. I'd give this scenario about a 40% probability. Consolidation phases are healthy and often lead to more explosive moves when they finally break. Now this is where things get really exciting. If the buyers step in with force, and given the whale accumulation and Mara Holdings position, this seems likely, we could see Kaspa blast through $0.097 and make a serious run at that 11 cents target where all the upside liquidity is sitting. Think about the setup. Downside liquidity cleared, whales accumulating institutional backing from Mara, and a technical structure that's coiled like a spring. If Bitcoin cooperates and the broader crypto market shows strength, Kaspa could absolutely explode to the upside. Breaking $0.097 would be the first signal that this scenario is playing out. From there, 10 cents becomes the next psychological level, but the real target is that 11 cents liquidity cluster. When price reaches areas of high liquidity concentration, it often moves there quickly and violently. I'm giving this scenario a 35% probability, but if it plays out, the gains could be absolutely massive. Here's something crucial that everyone needs to understand. Kaspa doesn't trade in a vacuum. Bitcoin's performance over the next 48 hours is going to heavily influence which scenario plays out. If Bitcoin shows strength and breaks above its current resistance levels, it's going to lift the entire altcoin market, and Kaspa could benefit disproportionately given its current setup. On the flip side, if Bitcoin stumbles, even the strongest altcoin setups can get dragged down. Right now, Bitcoin is showing some interesting patterns of its own, and if the crypto market enters another leg up in this cycle, Kaspa is positioned to be one of the biggest beneficiaries. Guys, I've been analyzing crypto markets for years, and setups like this don't come around every day. When you have cleared downside liquidity, whale accumulation during fear, institutional backing from a publicly traded mining company, technical indicators showing conflicting signals at an inflection point and a clear path to upside liquidity targets, that's when fortunes are made. My personal strategy, I'm watching that $0.097 level like a hawk. A clean break above that level with volume would confirm the bullish scenario is in play, and I'd be looking for a quick move to 11 cents. On the downside, if we somehow see a break below $0.089, I'd actually view that as a buying opportunity rather than a reason to panic. Sometimes the market gives you one final shakeout before the real move begins. Remember, in crypto, the biggest moves often happen when sentiment is mixed and people are uncertain. Right now, with these conflicting technical signals and the broader market narrative, we're in exactly that type of environment. Don't forget to smash that like button if this analysis helped you see Kaspa from a new perspective, and subscribe for more deep dive crypto analysis like this. The notification bell is your friend. You don't want to miss it when these setups start moving. What do you think? Are you bullish on Kaspa at these levels? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your perspectives. Important disclaimer. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Cryptocurrency investments are highly speculative and volatile. You could lose all of your investment. Always do your own research and consult with qualified financial professionals before making any investment decisions. I may hold positions in the cryptocurrencies discussed in this video. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Trading and investing in cryptocurrencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for every investor.